Hi everyone! Welcome back for another daily from Clues by Sam. Let's get started. One of the three criminals neighboring Uma is to the right of Vince. Mark Olive and Phil as criminals. There's an odd number of criminals to the right of Vince. Mark Wanda as innocent. There's an equal number of criminals in rows 2 and 5. Since we know from Phil's clue that row 2 is supposed to have 2 criminals, so should row 5. Mark Vince as a criminal. An odd number of innocents on the edges neighbor Tina. Mark Uma as innocent. David has only one innocent neighbor. If Hilda was innocent, then Chase and Katie would be criminals. But this violates Phil's clue. Therefore, we can mark Hilda as a criminal and Freya as innocent. One of the 5 criminals neighboring Hilda is in column B. So one of these 3 is a criminal and one of these 2 is a criminal. That's 4 out of 5 criminal neighbors. Therefore, we can mark David as a criminal. One of the 4 criminals neighboring Gary is to the right of Amy. So either Bonnie or Chase is a criminal. We also know from Phil's clue that either Gary or Katie is a criminal. That's all 5 criminals neighboring Hilda. Therefore, we can mark Nicole as innocent. Column A is the only column with 2 criminals. Mark Steve as innocent. Also, remember that Gary is supposed to have 4 criminal neighbors. 2 of them are here, and 1 of them is here. So the 4th criminal neighbor must be either Amy or Larry, and we have both criminals in column A. Mark Ronald as innocent. There are 7 criminals on the edges. 3 of them are revealed, 1 is here, 1 is here, and 1 is here. That's 6 out of 7 criminals on the edges. Mark Katie and Bonnie as criminals, and Gary and Chase as innocent. Now we can resolve Nicole's clue, and mark Chavi as a criminal, and Zed as innocent. Here's our final clue. There's an odd number of criminals in the corners. Mark Amy as a criminal, and Larry as innocent. And that finishes today's puzzle, solved in 3 minutes and 48 seconds. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you in the next video.